The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
I've just found out I can do the high-pitched bit at the end of that.
You say you can.
No, I found out. Here we go. You ready? Here we go. Let's go back further.
Just check something for me.
Sorry?
Is there blood coming out of there?
No, there will be. Here we go. I can do that.
Well,
can do that. So I just want to try something else.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
I just want to try something else before we start the show because we're really finding out a lot about my vocal technique and exactly what can happen. Oh Jesus! I mean, what is wrong? Hang on a minute. Just trying to find something, guys. Here we go. Okay.
I love the colorful clothes you wear.
Hang on, go get the right key. Go get the right key.
Through the air.
Look at me.
You got very red.
I can do it. I can do the Beach Boys. The hand movement was because that's how you control the theremin. One hand does the tone, one hand does the volume. That's what the hands were doing there. Here's a fun story. Once I was very, 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 very high. Don't take drugs. This is just saying. Me and my friends got a little bit high, and we went to a karaoke. And me and my mate got up and we did a really nice little Everly Brothers. Really, really nice little Everly Brothers. 2-part harmony. Did it really well. The evening progressed. We got more and more trashed. And then it seemed like a good idea for the two of us to try and do Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys. But we really didn't even know what day it was at that point in the evening. And we tried to do all 5 vocal harmonies at once. It was a car crash, guys. It was an absolute car crash. Good evening, dear listener. This is the late night alternative with Iain Lee. And as much as it pains me to say this, there has been a promotion, and Catherine is now the co-host.
Whoa.
This is what you told me earlier on. Okay, that you're not the co-host.
The boss. I'm the boss.
You're not the boss of me.
I'm totally the boss of you.
You're not the boss of me.
I am.
Are you producer?
Can I be the boss of Sam?
Oh, God, yes. Are you producer or co-host?
Both.
Jeez, man, that's more than me. If you want to give us a call, you can do 0344 499 1000.
The main part of my promotion is still in the pipeline, and I have yet to see the pipe.
Okay, well, I've offered to show you my pipe on many occasions.
I don't believe it's up there.
I forgot, speaking of pipes, I forgot to shave my pubis today.
Thank God.
But tomorrow, I'm free all day. I'm tempted to periscope it for the dirty people out there that like to watch it. But I won't. But I will be certainly having a little trim with some clippers.
No, don't go in with the clippers straight away.
You know what clippers are?
Yeah, I do.
It's not big. It's not like big wahls.
Okay.
It's like a small little clipper.
You can still get a very nasty nip.
I'm not going to go up to the skin.
You say that, but you're going to get carried away.
I'm not going bald. No. Sam, are you bald? Completely bald? You've got just nice and trimmed. You do it with scissors. He does it with scissors. Would you do mine? Yes. I'll give you a tenner. There's a tip in it for you.
Oh, literally.
No, I'm gonna. A friend of mine, Chris. I won't reveal any more than that because I don't want to embarrass his wife, Jenny McAlpine. But he sent me an email last night saying, at last, something on your show I can contribute to.
Oh, good.
I've trimmed downstairs. I started at the age of 30 and I've not looked back. Well, if it goes well at the front, I will be looking back. But that's tomorrow's thing. So tomorrow's show is going to be cooler.
Just be careful.
Cooler.
Because, you joke there about Chris.
Yes.
Not looking back, but
yeah.
It's a bit like if you get your hallway redecorated and not the rest of the house.
I'm not getting my hallway done.
Once you've done your hallway, you look around and everything looks a little bit shabbier. Don't be fooled.
Hallway. I'm thinking of getting my hallway bleached at some point. Is that still a thing? People used to bleach their anus.
I don't know why.
Is that? Well, I know why.
Once you get to that area, you're either in or you're in.
Out. Well,
You're not going to go, oh, look at the state of that, forget it.
Well.
Well, you might, actually.
You might do, Catherine. You might do. You're a very bold lady, a very naughty lady, if it has to be said. This is the late night alternative. It's a show unlike any other in that we'll just sit here and we'll talk rubbish for 3 hours. Andrew
Morley is suggesting Veet. Don't go there. That will burn you.
Oh no, I'm not doing anything like that. I'm not waxing or creaming or any imacking or any of those things. I'm going to get some. I'm going to do a little bit of Todger topiary.
Oh my God!
That's what I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to. I had the puppetry of the penis people in for a show I did once.
I've heard that.
They
yes.
taught me how to do a hamburger with my balls and winkle.
Did you put it on your CV?
I'll show you if you want.
No, you're all right.
I'm not going to do it in front of a camera.
I don't want to see. Don't do it in front of me.
Or is tomorrow Todger topiary? Or, what do they call the tiny trees?
Bonsai.
Yeah, bollock bonsai.
Oh my God.
Let me write down a post-it not to swear on the show, because you bring out the worst.
I have not... You were the one that brought out the bushcraft.
Bush Tucker Challenge, isn't it? You can call in about anything. Don't be offended if we, from time to time, we ask people, that have called in, you might get told, not tonight, give us a call tomorrow night. Please don't be offended. Doesn't mean you're banned, doesn't mean that we don't want to talk to you. It just means that we're trying to mix things up a little bit, stir the broth. We're just trying to stir the broth. Otherwise, everyone just gets potato all the time. And I'd like people to get a bit of the carrot, because I grew them in my own garden. Haven't got a garden yet. Hopefully I will do at some point later this year.
You're going to grow carrots in it?
No, growing vegetables is pointless. They sell them in Tesco's now. I did grow vegetables one year. Grew some sweet corn, and but it's just
Did it work though?
Yeah, it did. But then, towards the end of the sweet corn, you've got to keep your eye on them. And we went away to Japan for 2 weeks. We came back, they died. Sweet corn's tough to grow. But yeah, grew potatoes,
I grew for some potatoes, but they were tiny. Pointless.
Oh, I grew some big potatoes. Thing is, you keep going back a few weeks later, there's more there. I tried to grow shallots and onions, l'oignon, onions. But here's the thing, what you have to plant. Have I got this right, gardeners? Jackie, we'll come to you in a minute, I promise. To grow an onion or a shallot, do you know what you've got to plant?
Yeah, onion sets.
No, you've got to plant an onion. Well, I looked up, you had to plant an onion. So all you were planting a small onion to grow a big onion. Have I done that wrong?
Yes.
By the way, the sound you're hearing tonight is the sound from inside my head. We've managed to hook up a Sennheiser into my actual brain, and this is the sound I have to live with on a daily basis. So what I'm saying is, you can call in about anything you want. We've covered a lot so far. We've covered vegetables, we've covered broth, cutting pubic hair, singing like a theremin, Beach Boys in Japanese, loads of stuff, and we're 14 minutes into the show. So you can call in about absolutely anything you want. 0344 499 1000 is the phone number. It costs you pennies, probably free. You'll speak to Sam. He'll take your name and number and give you a call straight back. We'll be speaking to Jackie after this.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
Unfiltered night talk with the original king of unconventional conversation on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
0344 499 1000 is the phone number. Let's go to Jackie. Good evening, Jackie.
Hello, Ian. Hi, Kath.
Hello, Jackie.
This is what we like. This is what we want from a caller. First call of the show. Someone upbeat. That's what we want.
Always upbeat. Long time no speak. Right. I don't know what to talk about now. Vegetables, shaving, or what I wanted to talk to you about was you had a tweet on yesterday or today about coming off Mirazepam.
Mirtazapine. Yes, I did. However you say it. Yes, I'm off it 2 weeks today.
Yeah, brilliant. How are you feeling?
Okay. How much detail do you want me to go into?
Oh, I don't know, because my boyfriend was on...
You tweeted me, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, go on. Tell me what's happening with your boyfriend.
Well, he's been on another medication, and then they said they were taking him off that because they didn't prescribe it anymore, and they put him on Mirazepam, and he's been on it for a long, long time. So and he keeps saying, "I'd like to come off it."
No.
And when you tweeted that, and I thought, well, I'd like to know what your experience was.
Okay, I will tell you.
How you've been feeling.
I will tell you, I've been off it now for 2 weeks. We cut it down from 45 to 30 to 15 to 0. Let's start with the bad news, and then we'll get on to the good news.
Okay.
Because mirtazapine helps you sleep. It can knock you out for like 10, 11 hours. It's not a sleeping tablet.
Oh, I know.
It can knock you out.
I've been on it. I was put on it for a while to help me sleep. It knocked me out for 14 hours.
Wow. I'm not sleeping as great. I can get to sleep, but I wake up after about 5 hours. Then I get back to sleep a little bit. So I'm sleeping, but not as great. But I'm not tired. in the day. So it's not like I'm going, oh my God, I'm so tired. I'm fine. I'm active.
Okay.
I have felt a little bit of anxiety because it's an anti-anxiety drug. So a little bit of anxiety. But then again, I kind of think, right, so it's a my body is resetting the chemicals. So that is expected, and also I'm getting divorced, and I'm buying a house, and there's lots of things that are actually quite anxiety-inducing happening in my life. So that's natural.
Yeah.
Those I think are the downsides.
Itchy.
Oh, I'm really itchy, aren't I? I'm really itchy. I wonder if that's it. But the good side is, in 2 weeks, I've lost over a stone.
He needs to lose weight too.
Yeah. In 2 weeks, I've lost over a stone. My appetite is gone, so I'm eating only when I'm hungry. And I went up when I started taking it. I went up to a 36-inch waist trouser, which is the first time I've ever done that. And today, I was able to do up the top button on a pair of 34-inch waist trousers. They were still a little bit too tight for me to wear. But it was the first time in about 2 years I've been able to do up or even get close to doing up a pair of 34-inch waist trousers.
Yeah, he's gone from a 32 to a 36.
Yep.
He's not. He doesn't sleep. He still wakes up when he's still on it, but he still wakes up in the night.
No. Oh.
It doesn't knock him out completely. But we were talking. And I said, well, I've just seen this tweet, and I showed him. He said, well, any help would do. You need to come off these things, don't you? You know what I mean? They're not...
Well, maybe you do. Maybe you don't. I don't know. My intention was never to stay on them forever. I've been on and off them for about 20 years. And I would like to have a go at being off them. But if I sink and crash for an extended period... then I'll go back on them. It's fine. It's medicine.
Yeah,
but obviously, hey, listen. I have to say this. Don't come off them just because I've said that I am. Speak to doctors.
This is what I said to him. I said, well, I went. My doctor put me on them a while back because I said I was very tense, stressed, and I've had breast cancer twice, and. I've come through certain things, divorce and whatever, and I've come out the other end. And my doctor said, I'm just sick and tired of waking up every day crying and going to bed crying.
Yeah.
It was that sort of low. And she put me on them. And the first few days I took them, I was like sleeping for 14 hours.
Yeah, that's sleep. And were you having the really frightening anxiety dreams?
Yeah.
Mate.
And I went... I can't sleep for... my partner's called George. He phoned me one morning, and I said, yeah, I'll wake up soon. I went back at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I woke up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Good. It's, it does not get... I felt... I wasn't able to cry when I was on mirtazapine, and today I felt very teary all day. I woke up and felt really teary, because I had some quite sad dreams.
Yeah, you said you felt a bit bad.
Yeah, and I went and saw my therapist, and I had a nice little cry in there for loads of sensible reasons, and a couple of really silly... Here's something. I'll say this. I can say this, right? So I went and saw my therapist, who's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant. And I was saying I feel teary and I feel down, and he said, "Dude, you're going through a divorce. You're buying a house. You're allowed to feel emotional." And I said, "You know the thing that I really want to cry about?" He said, "What's that?" I said, "The fact that I can never take cocaine again." I said, "I don't want to take cocaine today, but I'm really sad. I feel emotional. Sad's not even the right word. I feel emotional that I can never take it again." And he said, that's normal. You're kind of mourning a change and and I don't want to take cocaine because it's horrendous and it does horrible things to me. And I can't, once I take it, I can't stop. But, he said, you're allowed to mourn the change that brings, We sat there and I had a nice cry and it was good. It was lovely.
Yeah, you've got to let out. I mean, some people have never been on it. It said, it's for depression. It makes you... Some people call me, that I'm on my happy pills.
Oh, yeah.
And he's not happy because he's always miserable anyway, but I love him to bits. But, and I said to him, well, you've been on these a long time, so maybe you know, some people it knocks them out, same as with me, it knocked me out for 14 hours. But with him, he'll wake up 2 or 3 times in the night. And stupid dreams.
Yeah, the dreams are insane.
Oh, the dreams are horrendous.
You know, they used to say that if you dreamt about your teeth falling out, I've got something wrong with my gum as well. I've got a black mark on my gum. That can only be a bad thing, right?
Yeah.
But they say, I have it, it's there, it's just there.
Go and see a dentist.
Okay. that if you have dreams about your teeth falling out, that's anxiety. Right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have. I used to have a lot of dreams about my teeth falling out, and I don't get that anymore. What I get now, this is the 21st century replacement for the teeth falling out dreams. I get dreams that I've cracked the screen of my mobile phone, and because you crack the screen on your phone, that's £100 to get it fixed, right? And I went through a thing of cracking it all the flipping time. And in my dream, it would be like, oh no, I've cracked it. I just got it fixed last week. Oh, that's a ton.
I remember you cracking it while it was still in your pocket.
Yeah, you cracked it in my pocket.
That was nuts.
There was nothing. No, I don't know if it was my nuts.
No, it was on your back pocket.
There was nothing. There was nothing in there. No keys or anything. It cracked. Anyway, so that's the thing. Jackie, listen. Best of luck. I hope everything works out.
Oh yeah. Well, thanks for your time and help on that, Ian. That's very helpful.
Absolute pleasure, Jackie. Thank you very much indeed. 0344
499 1000.
Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, I think that is the new anxiety dream is the mobile phone cracking, because I get that quite a bit.
Yeah.
I had really sad dreams last night about loss and about kids and about cocaine and about everything that's going on. And I think my dad was probably in it. And I woke up just really blah. And I was saying yesterday that I'd had 2.5 days of happiness, and I said it was going to come crashing down. Didn't realise it would be quite so quick. But just lying in bed going, oh God, I really want to cry. And it's partly coming off the pills, although 2 weeks off them now. I'm still on venlafaxine. 2 weeks off them now. It should be out of the system, but the body takes a while to redress the balance. And you and I were going to be playing the prison escape game today on the PlayStation. I just thought, man, I've got to get out of this flat, because every day I wake up, every time I go in, the walls are a little bit closer together. Got to get out of this flat, get out into the sunshine, even though I don't particularly like the sunshine. I went to a meeting, and then I parked at work. And then I walked into town, and I went and saw my therapist. I went and sat in a little park for a bit, and I went and saw my therapist. Hey guys, I'm doing what I got to do, but it's hard work sometimes, isn't it? So,
but look at how much weight you've lost in the last week.
Over a stone.
A stone, right? That has got to do stuff to your whole body. Yeah. That kind of rebalancing. So just,
I was on 15 stone, 1 pound, at the weekend. So I'm going to be under 15 stone for the first...
What?
Holy SH1T. I've just gone to Twitter Moments. There's some good news and there's some bad news. The bad news is it looks like Terry Gilliam may have suffered a stroke. Okay? He's in Cannes. Cannes?
Can.
Cannes?
Can.
Cannes?
Don't say Cannes, that's really rude.
Okay, he's in Cannes, and he's been reported as ill. Some people are saying he's had a stroke, some saying he just had mild discomfort. It's Terry Gilliam, right, who's a genius, and who we love. So that's sad. We'll talk about the Chuckle Brothers in a bit.
Well, right, all I can see is Chuckle Brothers' big picture on Moments. These days, it's one or two things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or maybe three.
No, it's not.
Two are bad.
No, the Sun have made up a story about the Chuckle Brothers, and they've come out and gone, no, it's rubbish. But I've just seen this. Just seen this.
I was going to say, not Paul and Barry.
Bill and Ted will officially reunite for another excellent adventure. Oh!
Now, I love those films.
Yes! This has just popped up. Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter are signed on to reprise their roles as the San Dimas time travellers for Bill and Ted Face the Music, which is set to come out 30 years after the original. Oh, those films. 69! Strange things afoot at the Circle K. Those films, I watched them again and again and again. Now, there's a picture of... Is that now, them as Bill and Ted?
Yeah,
or is that...
I think it is.
Oh, look. Oh, this is. I don't understand how Twitter moments work. Bill and Ted set out on a time travel adventure to seek the song that will set their world right and bring harmony in the universe. Together with the aid of their daughters, a new crop of historical figures, and some sympathetic music legends, Bill and Ted find much more than just a song. That is them now. Look, there's pictures of them now. Oh, this is the greatest. This is.
And how very 2018. Them and their daughters, not their sons. It used to always be sons, didn't it?
Yeah. That is brilliant. That is great news, guys. Anyway, so there's a story.
I show my kids those films. They love them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if the boys would like them.
They're not rude.
Are they not?
Some really high frequency stuff. Mostly it's good honest fun.
I might try the boys with that. Talk about the Chucker Brothers after this.
Uncut, after-hours conversation for the up-all-night generation.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
I remember trying to show the boys Soul Man, and they were saying it was racist and all kinds of nonsense like that. I just don't understand that. You know the film Soul Man?
No.
We've played the trailer for Soul Man.
Okay.
Do you remember it?
I get the idea. I don't think I need to.
But you remember the trailer? Shall I play it? Hang on a second. Let's let me get it for you. This is we played this before. This is a film from the 80s. Soul Man trailer. Here we go, Catherine. Very, very 80s.
Harvard Law School.
Yeah! Oh, yeah.
White guys.
Tuition and fees. $10,493.
Harvard Law School. This is a big day for all of us. That's why I've decided to let you pay your own way.
Estimated annual living expenses.
You ever applied for a loan before?
$7,500.
Mr. Watson, you don't pay your bills. Get out.
Total for 3 years of law school.
Standing in front of a noose.
Look at this. Full tuition for the most qualified applicant, most qualified black applicant.
$53,979.
Don't you think you're overreacting?
No.
Congratulations, Mr. Watson.
Thank you,
He's
sir.
blacked up!
I'll do my best.
He's blacked up!
Some people will do anything to get into Harvard.
It's gonna be great. These are the 80s, man. It's the Cosby decade.
Wow, I mean, that's no excuse, as it turns out.
I'd like you to meet my good friend, Kareem Abdul-Ali.
We got Washington here on the coin toss, so he'll take Leon.
That's Watson.
Right. Sorry, Marcus.
Yeah, there may be a problem here.
Dressed up as a Black Panther?
What? A black Negro.
A black Negro?
You know, there's something really strange about you, and I don't know what it is.
Oh, God, is she beautiful? You gotta believe me.
You must have learned a great deal more than you bargained for.
Tell her I'm white. Don't tell her you're white.
What's going on?
Can we blame him for the color of his skin? Mom, Dad, I'm black.
What? No, you're crazy.
Mark Watson.
Come on now!
From the producer of Risky Business, Soul Man. He didn't give up. He got down.
Oh, wow.
You really
No.
hate the Beach Boys now?
This is the 80s.
Man alive. 0344 499 1000, by the way, is the telephone number. So there's a story in The Sun. Oh, what's I'm in The Sun today.
Are you?
Yeah, I am.
Page 3?
Let me find it. No. That's Stephen Merchant's girlfriend.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, isn't it? Let's go to page 13. Ali Ross. Ali Ross on TV.
Oh, right, yeah. I remember that guy when you were in the jungle.
What did he say about me when I was in the jungle?
A bit peevish, if I remember rightly.
What did he say?
Have a look in your album of... I'm sure I put some stuff in
Ali
there.
Ross on TV. Ali Ross does the TV reviews in The Sun, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So basically what he does is he watches TV and he says some things are good and some things are crap. For example, he talks about Genderquake and says that everyone on there talks out of their arsehole. Random TV irritations. Worst ever Good Morning Britain holiday cover, Iain Lee.
Yeah.
Dismissing Millionaire because, quotes, I don't agree with everything Clarkson stands for.
That didn't happen.
Brackets. So? And then, so I tweeted, worst ever Ali Ross column, dismissing me because I dismissed Clarkson. Brackets. So? Then some people had a go at me. It was obviously a joke. But I didn't dismiss the Millionaire. I said it was a good programme. I just said I didn't like him.
You said that he was a good presenter.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's funny. It's funny being part of that machine, part of that bubble. I say I got suspended from Good Morning Britain today, pending an investigation. So, you know, Clarkson...
Ali Ross will be happy. It'll be someone someone off Towie that covers next time.
So this is another made-up story in The Sun. Chuckle division. Separate lives as TV brothers drift apart. Comedy legends... The Chuckle brothers do not get on as well as they used to, The Sun can reveal. Barry and Paul Elliott often have separate dressing rooms and hotel rooms.
Well, right, they're brothers, but they're not 7.
They're in their 70s.
So, are they supposed to wear matching jumpers and sleep top and tail?
And travel apart. Barry, 73, has told mates he signed up for their latest TV comeback only because of the cash on offer. He and Paul, 70, will front Channel 5's Chuckle Time on Saturdays. Good for them. The Tea Time show, featuring internet and audience clips and sketches, is their first since kids' favourite Chucklevision ended in 2009. A friend said, Paul and Barry will always be brothers, that's how it works. But in reality, they don't see huge amounts of one another. In the last few years, they've led increasingly separate lives, what with them not working together. Paul says Barry is only doing it for the payday a Saturday TV show will bring. There'll be consummate professionals on camera. There's more.
Why does any 70-year-old go back to work?
A source close to the brothers, famed for their "to me, to you" catchphrase, said they occasionally travel together and meet for breakfast whenever they're staying in separate hotel rooms.
Yeah, that's how hotels work.
They also share dressing rooms when they can, but often cannot due to props and costumes. The source said they spend time together when they can. Even the story itself
unpicks itself.
It unpicks itself. But then the Chuckle brothers took to Twitter.
Good.
Love it. Love this. Paul Chuckle says, absolutely disgusting, The Sun. We are 2 grown men who do not share a hotel bedroom. If a theatre has enough dressing rooms, of course we take one each. Why not? Does that constitute a feud? The missus drives us both everywhere. If not, check with Hull Trains and Virgin Trains, when we are both regularly seen together. We've always both enjoyed the work we've been privileged to do. It's a sad state of affairs when after 55 years to read such rubbish. Then Barry Chuckle says, don't newspapers come up with some incredible, stupid, lying stories? From a reliable source, of course. Anyone who knows Paul and I knows we couldn't be closer brothers, mates and partners. And we've never stopped working. Utter rubbish from a most angry, loving big brother. Isn't that good? Good for them. Good for them.
Hey, that's the good thing about Twitter. You can round on the papers like that.
I mean, snivelling scumbags at The Sun.
They won't report that.
No, of course they won't report that. Why would they want to report that? Absolute.
But also, what is in it for them to report what they did? Yeah, just stirring.
2 old men don't share a hotel room. What? Sorry, what? What? Why would you?
Never going to believe this, but my sister lives in a completely different house.
Shut the front door.
We hate each other.
I hate sharing a hotel room. I hate sharing a hotel room, people. And sometimes you go to, not so often these days, but if you go on a stag or like conventions or something, they'll say, well, you can share a room with someone and split the cost. No, I'll pay the full thing. Hey, I can't go to America. I've got tickets to go and see the Monkees in America in June, and I can't do it. I can't afford it. I was looking at I bought the tickets, $300 for one, $150 for another, and then I was looking at the flights to New York. The cheapest flight is £416. You whack on a little bit of hotelage there, and I know Imani said I could go and sleep on her floor, but 4 nights we pushing it. And the hotel, and you're looking at £600-700 on top of what I've already spent. And this, it turns out, here's the thing that they don't tell you guys. It turns out when you buy a house, it's really, really expensive. What the hell is stamp duty all about? Stamp duty. That's a tax on the house, right? a pox on the house. So you spend a load of money, and the last 2 houses I've bought, I've forgotten about stamp duty. I ain't forgetting this time. Where you think, right, I can just about afford that and the deposit and that. Yeah, you've got to pay. What is it? It's something like. Is it 5% or 2.5?
Wow.
2.5% or something. Have I told you the stamp? I'll tell you the stamp duty for this place. That's what I've got to come up with. Yeah, it really is. You just think, I think you're supposed to be encouraging us to buy houses. Me buying this house isn't necessarily going to stimulate the market. But you do, and I'm lucky enough I can afford it, but it means I can't go to America. First world problems, guys. I'm buying a house and I have to cancel a trip to America. I know what you're saying. Let me get the tiny violin out. So I'm just, but you imagine some poor, kids buying houses in 20s, 30s. Buying a house, and they're struggling to get the deposit and all that. Then they've got their. Actually,
is it stamp duty on that though?
No,
I think
actually,
they get it waived.
I think for the first time buyers, I think maybe stamp duty does get waived. So it's just saps like me. So the two. Hang on a minute, Sam. Say no. Come on the old.
Poor Sam.
Microphone, Sam. Is it not? I thought they got rid of it for first time.
No, when
buyers.
I bought a house a couple of years ago, I had to pay stamp duty.
They might have got rid of it since.
But yeah, that was 2 years ago. So
They might have done it since. But it's an awful tax. The two tax. I don't want to get too bogged down with tax because it's boring. The two taxes I don't get: stamp duty and inheritance tax. But declare the pennies on your eyes. George Harrison's right. They'll nick money from you when you die. I just don't get that. So I die. And I'm going to give money to my kids, and you're going to take some of that money.
And by the way, that will be the money that allows them to buy their own house.
And also, apparently they take. You have to pay the inheritance tax. Say I, left the money to my kids, they would have to pay the tax before they get their hands on my money. And loads of people are getting bank loans out. Going broke because they've got to pay a big tax bill before they've even got access to the estate. Anyway, we're getting a little bit heavy for this show, guys. And someone on a forum said recently, I'm going off the show. It's getting a little bit too political. Someone said that.
It's like Paxman.
Someone said it was either on Digital Spy or the talk radio listeners thing. Yeah, I'm going off the show. It's getting a little bit. I've noticed it. I've noticed a bit too much politics creeping in. Well, what? What are you talking about?
Calling Nigel Farage a knob, I don't think we ever do mention.
There was something. I think we talked about Windrush for 3 minutes. I think we talked about that for 3 minutes. We've been talking about trimming pubic hair tonight.
Is that better?
0344 499 1000. This is the late night alternative with Ian and Kath on Talk Radio.
The radio show where the owls are not what they seem.
Do you or have you ever watched Twin Peaks?
The late night alternative with Iain Lee.
We could be dreaming and meeting each other in our dreams.
On Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give me a call. That BBC thing that should be going out, I think, tomorrow that I recorded for Radio 4 just emailed me now about something they want to... Recorded a thing for Radio 4, and I'd forgotten how tricky...
Precise.
And the producers... Because I've had to mention some TV shows. The producer said, can I email you tomorrow with the theme tunes just to check they're right?
Whoa. Is there no one over the age of 25 in the office?
I said, yeah, but I'm not getting up until about 11, and I think it's going out about 1, so, yeah, whatever. Good evening, Jack.
La 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la. Do 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 do.
I could do it. I wasn't sure if I could, but I could. Jack's hung up. That was me doing it.
Yeah, it was.
That was beautiful. Strange person. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Yeah, so after last night's mad rush to the phone, straight to air, there was a good show last night. It was nice. I was expecting the bank holiday to be a little bit quiet, but it was full on. It was intense, man. It was intense. And tonight's a little bit quieter, as expected. If you're waiting Oh, coming up after midnight, we'll be speaking to the ghost of John Gaunt as well. Unfortunately, we couldn't find the ghost of his career. There was a story about, in the Mail, right? Because John and I had beef, right? Basically, he trolled me, blackmailed me, sent me threatening emails, started the emails, "Hey, depressed boy." One email was, "Hey, depressed boy, you want a shitfest? Well, you got one." Said I was swinging the lead. Was saying that I was going to get the sack from this job, contacted my bosses to try and get me the sack from this job, made my life miserable. A lot of it was going on at a particularly low point in my life, some of which has come out now. But I was not in a very good place. And for the briefest possible period, not just because of what John was doing, I have to say that, maybe that wasn't clear, it certainly wasn't clear in the story. Not just because of him. I would never say, "Hey, you made me want to kill myself." But he was part of that package that very, very briefly, I did want to kill myself. And it was certainly exacerbated by his constant attacks and his threats of he blackmailed me. "Stop doing this, otherwise I'm going to tell people that I know you did something naughty." Okay, fine. It's not a very nice thing to be on the receiving end. So anyway, he messaged... He wanted me to stop tweeting something, and so he sent a
But you weren't tweeting?
I wasn't tweeting. He sent a message to my agent, who used to be his agent. And I of course I said, "All right, I won't do it." I thought, no, that guy made my life a misery. So I called him out. I called him out in public. I said, "Mate, you've got a nerve. How dare you? After the disgusting way you treated me, blackmailing me, bullying me, mocking my mental health, saying I was swinging the lead." That was his phrase, swinging the lead. So I know he said all kinds of stuff when I was in the jungle, which I've not even looked at, but this is stuff that I'm aware of. Listen to my show today at 4, and I will tell you secrets about Iain Lee's life that he doesn't want you to know.
Why are you doing that in my voice?
I don't know. And I said, "Mate, you don't." He said, "DM me. Why are you doing this in public?" I said, "I'm not going to DM you. You don't get to dictate my my narrative. This is my. I'm standing out." And now I can't remember why I'm telling you this. There was a reason I started.
It was in the Daily Mail.
It was in the Daily. It got in the Daily Mail. Oh yeah, so it was in the Daily Mail, right? And the Daily Mail wanted to speak to me, and I said, "I'm not speaking to them. Got nothing to say." He phoned them up to speak. He phoned them up to speak to them. Of course he did. I just think the man has got and this was it. And his parting line to my agent was, "Look, didn't troll Ian. Both him and I overstepped the mark in terms of banter."
Whoa.
Right. The banter, apparently the mark I overstepped was recently talking about his erectile dysfunction, something he's talked about, and saying that he only had 129 listeners for his Poxy online radio show, for which he only had 129 listeners. Right. That was me overstepping the mark. I'm thinking, you blackmailed me. You told me to stop doing something, otherwise you would release personal, private information that I didn't particularly want out there. You blackmailed me. Anyway, his new diet YouTube channel's only got 129 subscribers. That's true. That's actually true. But it's just, here's the thing, and he stopped having any power over me for a while, but you saw me quite upset with the treatment that he gave me and the fear of having stuff exposed. You know, it's not the greatest thing in the world. It's not the biggest thing in the world, but no one wants, things are private for private reasons, It's not a massive thing that happened. If it came out, it wouldn't be the end of the world. It wouldn't have actually affected me. It would have affected people around me. People, it would have affected people that I care about adversely. They would have been upset that it was in the public domain. They wouldn't know. People that I care about know about it, but they would have cared. So it wasn't, but he stopped having power over me for a long time. I guess the point I'm trying to say is, right, that thing that we were told as kids, and I was a bully at school. I was bullied and I was a bully, and it's something I've got a lot of shame and guilt around. But that thing of stand up to bullies, it turns out eventually it works. It took about 3 years with this plum, but eventually it works. And I don't remember what point it was, but there was a point last year where suddenly his power disappeared over me. And there's another guy as well. Their power disappeared over me. And at my lowest, it can still kind of affect me and stuff. And it felt good standing up to him. And fair play, Mike Graham steamed in as well. and said, "Go on, stop picking on my mate. Right, you're an idiot, and you need to sort yourself out." George Galloway, when that story came out, I forgot to tell you this, and George was on before us because Eamon Stay at Homes wasn't in. And you before you came in, and George said, "Ian, are you all right? I'm really worried about you after what I've read." And I said, "Dude, George, I appreciate that, man. Seriously, I'm fine. I'm fine." It was referring to something a long time ago. But here's the thing, you know, it can be so easy to make people feel worse than they already are. I would never, if someone said they're depressed or got anxiety or self-loathing or whatever, I'd never go, I think that's rubbish. I think that... It's like saying, someone says got cancer, you go, you don't look very cancerous. You've not lost any weight and you've still got your hair.
The thing is, he didn't say it to you, did he?
No.
He said it to 129 at-a-push people.
Yeah.
And then, on occasion, thought, I think it may be time for a little email.
And here's the thing, you know what's going to be funny? My agent's going to get a phone call tomorrow about this conversation. My bosses will get emails about it. It'll be asked to be removed from the log and from the podcast and all of that. So Denny and Scott and Liam, I'm sorry I've caused you a barrage of emails from someone who's now blocked me and Mike Graham on Twitter.
Good.
You know. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. You can give us a call about absolutely anything. And it can be one of the big news stories of the day if you so want, or it can be one of the tiny inconsequential news stories of the day, or it can just be that you had a delicious pie. You know, it really is that broad ranging. And I know that sometimes you prefer it if we do like topics and funny things like that. So we'll have a little think over the news and we'll come up with 4 or 5 silly little phone-ins that you want. But use this as this is a blank blackboard. I'm going to say blackboard because I don't think that blackboard has been banned. I'm not going to say chalkboard. Suddenly, can't say blackboard. What have they got in schools these days? Whiteboards. That's all right, isn't it? So imagine this is an Indian board. No, imagine this is a blackboard that is blank, and you have a piece of chalk, and that chalk is your words.
And once you've done the crying cactus, then write an actual sentence.
Yeah, you can phone up. You can talk about anything, absolutely anything. You want to check in your mental health. You want to say that you bought a cat. If you bought a cat today, actually, yeah, there's a phone in. Did you buy a cat today? 0344 499 1000. If you bought a cat in the last 7 days, I want to hear about it, man. I want to hear about your cat. That's what I want. But you can give us a call about absolutely anything. Don't forget you can watch the show. Hello, YouTubers, youtube.com/Iain Lee. Look for the live feed. Hello, Periscopers, periscope.tv/Iain Lee. If you want to watch there, it's nicer on YouTube. And you can listen on DAB, download the app, or you can go to talkradio.co.uk. 0344 499 1000. You speak to Sam, he'll take your name and number, give you a call back. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee and Catherine Boyle, weeknights from 10 on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Hey to Deutsche Gesang. Yabara no michi wa kibishii michi yo. Onare ni kataneba sugu makeru. Rengai gemu ni making love. Ironna世の中にはいろんな誘惑があります。テレビゲームのやりすぎ、スイーツの食べすぎ、ロッケンロール、足腰を使った夜の営み、自分に負けたら飽きまへん、飽きまへんで。やわらの道は果て
Christ knows what that is. That was a stinker. Hang on. I tell you what I did find, though, when I was looking for something a little bit Japanese. Where is it? This is quite nice. Hang on. Also, it's quite nice. Just skip forward a bit. Let's just skip forward to about here. Should do it. Have a listen to this. This is good. Like traditional Japanesey music. Here we go. Oh, I want to go back to Japan. What a place. What a place. Here we go. You got it, Sam? That's brilliant. So that's Back in Black, AC/DC, and there's loads of them. There's NHK blends. Here we go. Listen to this. It's that's not it.
That was just tuning up, wasn't it?
Oh, there's the famous bit. Have you seen that? The concert for Bangladesh. The concert for Bangladesh, 1973, I'm going to say. George Harrison puts on this concert in Madison Square Garden, 15,000 people, for, I wonder if that's on YouTube, to raise money for Bangladesh. And there was the war, and I don't really know the political situation. But, what's his name?
Ravi Shankar.
Ravi Shankar. Let's see if Ravi Shankar, Bangladesh, it is the funniest. It is the funniest thing. I wonder if this is this it?
Really, it was Ravi Shankar's idea.
Okay, hang on a minute. Let's find. Is this it? Here we go. Here we go. This is it. Sorry, bear with me. This is it.
Thank you. If you appreciate the tuning so much, I hope you'll enjoy the playing more.
If you appreciate the tuning so much, well, I hope you like the playing more. Here we go. Let's have another one. It's not really. Let's see what we got here. It's another one of these Japanese. Oh, thanks. It's that kind of vibe tonight. It's that kind of loose. It's that kind of loose vibe that will certainly get us our contracts renewed. So here we go. Oh, hang on. I don't think this is it. Where's the start? Where's the start? Here we go. 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 It's good, isn't it? Let's have one more. Just because, yeah. Let's see where we go with this, and then we'll start the show. Then we'll start the second hour of the show properly. Here we go. Here we go. This could potentially be... That's brilliant, isn't it? It's these three women playing these... Well, the steel drums. I don't know how Japanese that is. Let's have one more, and then we'll start the show, because these are just too much fun. Hang on, here we go. Where's the start? There. Oh, this is going to be good. You get the idea. That's some good stuff, isn't it? That's some good stuff. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. You can give us a call about absolutely anything you want, guys. A couple who received a note saying neighbours were fed up seeing them naked hit back with one of their own. Karen Stone, 33, and husband Jay, 34. Wow. Were asked to close their blinds by an anonymous writer, sick of glimpsing, quotes, big bum, big boobs, and little Willie.
Oh.
It was signed, Your Neighbours. The pair have put their own note in the window of their house in Leamington, Newcastle upon Tyne. It says, stop looking through our windows, you peeping Tom. Office manager Karen said, I'm from Newcastle. I'm from Newcastle.
Careful.
No, I'm from Newcastle.
Okay.
We don't stand at the window and dance or anything. From the handwriting, it looks like an older person has written it. I think it's really funny. In particular, how they describe my husband. I thought, how dare you? He's got a massive willy. I don't like nudity. I'm not a fan of nudity.
You're a never nude, aren't you?
I'm a never nude. And, there's a new series of Arrested Development coming soon, which is very exciting, even with all of the furore that's surrounding Jeffrey Tambor. Can I still like a show, even though it's got someone who's accused of, being an arse?
How much of an arse?
Bullying.
Mm.
And possible... I don't quite know. Not being a very nice person. Jeffrey Tambor. It's Hank Kingsley. You know. So I'm not stopping watching Larry Sanders or the programme I just mentioned, Arrested Development. I'm not stopping watching it because of that. I still listen to Gary Glitter, do you know what I mean? So,
God.
No, I do. I was listening to his Gigi album the other day, his concept album, when he went to America and made a soul record. It's a great record, but, so people still listen to Led Zeppelin.
Maybe it's because the things he's accused of don't trigger you.
I don't know what you mean in this context.
If you were, I don't know, so with things like, Woody Allen.
No.
Or Polanski.
I read a really good really good argument, a really well-written article in defence of Woody Allen.
Right. I can't watch it. But maybe that's because it affected women. And I'm a woman.
Yeah, well, with Jeffrey Tambor, it was members of the trans community.
Right. Oh, right. I know which one you're talking about now.
Yeah. Who did you just say?
Woody Allen.
Yeah, I read a really interesting article. Not, say defending Woody Allen.
Defending his work, or?
No, putting forward a really strong case. Putting forward an interesting case, and treading very carefully here. The article, as best as I can remember it, said that that only one person came forward to accuse Woody Allen. That's okay. That's one person is still one too many, but that it was investigated. It was investigated in the 90s, and that there was no evidence to back it up. Again, it doesn't disprove anything. It doesn't disprove anything. I've got to tread so carefully here. But I also think one has to be careful at jumping at necessarily... it's a tough one, isn't it? I don't know the situation. There were stories of manipulation of the person in question by various members of the family, and it's... Okay, it's certainly tougher to when it's one person to believe.
Yeah, but there's also. Did you read about the Woody Allen notes, his working notes that they've got in one of the universities? He's bequeathed like loads and loads of paperwork.
Yeah,
and they're kind of his musings as he's writing. Articles, and a lot of it is fairly strongly kind of either misogynistic or fantasising about women, young women.
Well, you don't have to even look at his notes for that.
Look at his body of work.
Look at his main films. It's always about an older guy with a much younger woman. Annie Hall, I think, and is Manhattan, I can't remember. But a lot of his biggest films are about a much older guy with a much younger woman.
Yeah.
Which is not a crime.
And he's married to his one-time adoptive daughter.
That's weird. That's definitely weird. But it doesn't mean he's a paedophile. It's weird. It's messed up. I don't know if it's illegal.
Crosses a lot of boundaries.
Oh, God, yeah, of course it does. Listen, I'm not saying that's right. I think that's totally messed up. Of course it is. But it's not illegal. Doesn't mean he's a paedophile. You know, you can't look at a body of work and go, well, that would say to me that he probably is a nonce. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there.
It smells awful to me.
Oh, it's stinky. Very stinky, but...
And it means I can't enjoy his work. And that's just me.
Okay.
And I don't... Actually, it's not just me, is it?
No,
a lot of people feel the same.
There's a lot of people that feel the same. And I'm not saying, before I get attacked on Twitter, it's probably too late, I'm not saying either way. I'm saying it, for me, it is less clear-cut than Roman Polanski, who raped at least one 13-year-old girl, got her high on drugs and anally raped her. Right? That happened. Okay, that's a fact. And there's probably at least one other girl out there. I think one came forward recently once her parents had died. That to me is clear-cut. The Weinstein stuff is clear-cut. The Louis C.K. stuff is clear-cut. The Woody Allen stuff for me isn't as clear-cut. You read interesting accounts of possible manipulation by Mia Farrow of the child in question, whose name I can't remember. It's a very messed up situation. Woody Allen's not right, but is he a paedophile? I don't know. I couldn't as clearly say as I could with Glitter, with Polanski. I couldn't call it.
I believe her.
Okay. I'm not saying I do or I don't. I'm in some kind of hinterland where
but
I don't really know.
I recognise that that's my prejudice. As a woman, that I do naturally fall to that.
Yeah. I don't know, and we're sat 5,000 miles away as well.
Yeah.
We don't know the ins and outs of the thing. 0344 499 1000. This is the late night alternative on Talk Radio.
Kick off your slippers. Don't go to bed. The party is just starting. You can sleep when you're dead. The late night alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Yeah, no, I'd be called out. Thanks, Napoleon, on YouTube for calling me out. I mean, get stuffed. I mean, really, I can't. Just... People, you're pulling a face there, so don't get involved.
Well, it's just that, yeah.
Or keep having a go at me on YouTube, which is, I can't really look at all the time. So keep having your sneaky little attacks at me on YouTube, knowing I can't look at it all the time.
Or give us a call.
Or call in. You know, the choice is yours. You can keep having a little pop at a thing that I can only check at once every 20 minutes, and even then I'm not even really looking into it. Or you could phone up and pick me up. If I'm using incorrect language, no, why don't you get stuffed, right? I tread so carefully around this ever-evolving language and politics around gender, okay? Because I don't want to offend anybody. I think it's great that the language is evolving. I think it's great that people can, express themselves and be themselves, and that prejudice is still there, but that prejudice is on the decline. And I think it's great that, someone that is born one gender can feel that they are in the wrong body and they can trans. I think this is all great, right? I'm also an old man and I'm really doing my best to use the correct language. So if I use incorrect language, I apologise. I really do. I'm not doing it for a gag. I'm not doing it to be offensive. You're having a go at the wrong person. You're having a go at the wrong person. I'm on the side of everyone, man. I'm on everybody's side, right? So stop having a pop at me. Stop having a pop at Kath. We're on the good side, okay? You want to have a pop at people? Pop at pop at everyone else, not us, okay? So just back off.
You can call in on Skype, yeah.
Yeah, you call.
Can you listen across Skype?
Yeah, call in on Skype. What is the Skype name?
The Skype name is Sam.
Sam doesn't know. Go and help Sam find it.
All right.
Because. Oh man! While that's happening, let's go to Ollie. Good evening, Ollie.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very, very well, thank you very much.
Actually, I do debate that because sounds like you've had a bit of a thorough pumping.
The what?
So to speak. No, you've had a pummeling. That's it, not pumping.
No, not a pummeling. No. Oh no, not a pummeling. No.
No, okay. No, that's fair enough. No, it's fair enough that you haven't had a pummeling.
I've not had a pummeling, no. What you got for us, Ollie?
Well, interestingly, you opened my eyes to who was it you played the other night? Nielsen.
Yes.
Yeah, Coconut.
You put the lime in the coconut. Yep.
Fantastic.
It's great, isn't he? He's great. It's his voice. He sang like a 12-year-old boy when he was, in his 30s, and then he did cocaine and brandy and smoked and ruined it.
Yeah. My God, I bet he had an absolute ball in the process.
Oh, mate, he was having the time of his life. Then he died in his 40s. So you can have a great time all the time, but there is a price that has to be paid.
Not entirely. No, I wasn't going to advocate a life of debauchery and everything else to your younger listeners, but that sounds quite attractive, though, doesn't it?
Nah.
No, of course it doesn't.
No,
I'm sorry,
been there, done that, and it was fun for about 20 minutes, but no.
I'm joking, of course. But yes, that was really
Hang on a second, Ollie. I'm just going to give out the Skype for Napoleon. It's TS Guest 101. TS Guest 101. So Skype us and come on. Right, where are we? What have you got? Come on, man, jump to it.
Interestingly, that you mentioned about, you pertain to the idea of being not set upon. You're very reserved.
Yes.
I'm trying to tread a line here. I suspect it's not dissimilar to the line you were trying to tread yourself.
Yeah.
But similarly, you must have felt you've got a bit of a ridge in your arse sitting on the fence. I often do myself.
What?
You've not heard that phrase?
No, I haven't. What are you talking about, man? So what do you want to say?
I'm just asking you how you are.
I'm all right, but I don't understand. Have I missed?
Wait, what is he sitting on the fence about?
He was saying about political. Was it? Or perhaps I'm mistaken.
I think you're mistaken.
Political correctness. I certainly am.
No, I wasn't talking. No, I'm not talking about political correctness.
He's not on the fence about that at all.
No, when have we mentioned political correctness?
I don't know.
I'm saying I don't know if Woody Allen's a paedophile or not. For me, it's not as clear. It's not as clear cut as some of the other high profile sexual abuse cases. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Not political correctness.
No, that's fair enough. So you've got to be able to mention it in order for it to be talked about.
You know what political correctness is? Political correctness is great because what political correctness is it means that we don't use words like fag and queer and the M word and the P word. That's all political correctness is. That's all it is. Is it's levelling the playing field for groups that for so long it's been acceptable to bully and belittle through language. And at its essence, political correctness is, right, you can't really call someone a fag, you can't call them a queer, you can't call someone an M-word, you can't call someone a P-word. That's it. That's all political correctness is. But then, of course, the Daily Mail run with it, and Nick Ferrari runs with it, and Julia Hartley-Brewer runs with it, and it means we are losing our free speech. We can't say that we're against Muslim extremism because of political correctness. Yes, you can. You can say I'm against Muslim extremism. We can't say we're against Muslims. Well, that's a different thing. Saying you're against Muslims is not the same as saying you're against Islamic extremism.
Yes,
you can still say you're against Muslims, but there's going to be quite a bigger challenge on what that means. So political correctness is a good thing, but it's been expanded and expanded by right-wing idiots who think it impinges on their free speech, and it doesn't.
Yes, I completely agree. You got the ideas of some of the. I don't wish to divide the crowd here, but right wing press.
Yes.
Do you not think?
I don't know. Am I missing some words?
We have to. Listen, I have to explain. We have talked before, and I told you I have MS.
Oh, no, Ollie, I know we've talked before.
No,
it's not the MS.
Please stop. No, seriously, I don't think you're picking up on that. I just explaining that in case any of your listeners.
Oh, screw those idiots, Ollie. Hey, listen, here's the thing, and bless you for saying that. You don't have to justify the way you speak to anyone. Honestly, it's never a thing on this show.
This time, right?
Well, if you feel like you have to, then that's your thing, man. But I would never ask someone to justify it. But no, I'm not losing the thread because of the way you're speaking. You're speaking very clearly, but I can tell it's a hot day. I can hear that in your voice. No, because I know how that affects MS. I don't know if you're being as. I just think you're missing words out because you finish a sentence and then go, and how do you feel about that? And I'm thinking, I've not understood what you're saying. I mean, I understand the words, but I don't understand the thread.
You're not being. No. Seriously, you're not being silly. I'm awfully bad at explaining what I mean.
And that's not multiple sclerosis. That's just stupidity.
Yeah, that might be, actually.
I'm teasing.
I know you are.
I'm teasing, but I don't think you're explaining yourself as well as you are in your head.
Yes, I think there's a very, very accurate description. Yeah. Anyway, listen, I'll go now. Let your
don't go. Enjoy. I don't want to let your listeners enjoy. This is, it's been a dry old show so far, Ollie. You've been the one ray of light. But don't go thinking that we've fallen out or anything. I just.
No, I don't think
out at all. For goodness
Well, think it a little bit.
I call regularly, actually. So,
think it a little bit.
No problem.
I enjoy your calls, Ollie. Thank you, mate. Ta-ta.
Cheers.
I would never, we have, and I'm so pleased that on this show, we had, was it Scott last week?
Yes.
We have callers who I don't think would get on any other radio show in this country. Certainly no other phone-in show, maybe a specialist show. But callers that, for whatever reason, maybe brain damage or MS or Parkinson's or whatever, or got a stammer. Stutter. I think stammer is the British way of saying. Whose speech is perhaps not quite as clear as one would normally expect on a phone-in show. And I know for a fact that Jerry can't get on LBC. Everybody's welcome here. Because I would never turn away someone because it was an effort to understand how they speak. And most people, I think, with a bit of time, and as long as you're prepared to be patient, as long as, you're prepared to put up with me going, can you say that again? Most people are understandable. And I know, because my mum's got MS, and her speech, she couldn't really talk at this time of night, her speech isn't great. And it breaks my heart to think that she might want to phone up London's biggest C word and talk about Brexit, and they wouldn't let her on. Because she's a massive old racist. Oh, no, they would let her. They'd give her a show. But they wouldn't let her on because of the way she speaks. And that breaks my heart. Everyone's welcome here. Everyone's welcome here. Right, Napoleon has gone from YouTube to Skype and is on the line now. Good evening.
It's her, by the way, but yeah. Let's get on with it.
All right, well, there you go. It's what? Yeah. I missed the... You were, I couldn't hear you at the beginning.
You said, let's get on... You called me he straight away off the bat, so I mean, like...
Well, I don't know what you are. I'm going by the name Napoleon.
Okay.
All I know is...
No,
hang on a second.
No, let me finish.
No, I will not let you finish, because you picked me up on something.
No. The reason we're having this argument is because I said to you on YouTube, we are women too, and yet you still refer to me as a man, okay?
Listen, right? You've picked me up on something that is... No, let me finish now, right? I told you... I'm busy doing a radio show. YouTube is a tiny, tiny part of this show. I can't look at all the comments. I can't keep a track. I'm sorry for saying he or whatever it was I said. I go by names, right? And the name Napoleon to me is a masculine name. I don't know your gender.
It's not a real name, obviously, but, okay. Can I just...
Well, no, hang on a second. You can address the point I've just made. I didn't know your gender.
Well, I mean, I've spoken to you before on...
When?
I've spoken to you, well, not on the radio, but I've spoken to you before through text and stuff, and I thought you recognised me. Maybe you didn't. I apologise.
No, of course I don't. If you listen to the show, you know we might get someone who phoned me the day before and I don't remember who they are.
Okay, I'll accept that. And I'll apologise.
Thanks very much.
Okay,
I'll accept your apology.
Yeah, can I speak to you? This is like not the way I ever wanted to call you first time, but I have in the past actually contacted you, and you got very upset with me about challenging you about transphobia when you were back in BBC on a radio show. I don't know if you remember that.
No, I don't remember it. What? Just tell me. Stop trying to remind me and tell me what happened.
Well, I mean, it all started off with you coming up with the premise. It all started with the premise of you talking about ladyboys and being in a bar, and you don't know how you can't tell from just looking at them. You have to. It's the hands. It was a joke. It was a really kind of transphobic joke at the time, and you've really come on since then. And the whole show kind of turned into a show about education for trans, which I really appreciate.
When did I say that?
This was years ago, and I've kind of...
When? When? I don't remember saying it. When?
It was on BBC, what was the name? Three Counties, when you were doing the radio show there. It was years ago. And it was all under the bridge, but, I mean, I just wanted to say...
Well, it's obviously not under the bridge, because it's the first thing you brought up.
But, I mean, it's just... No, I'm saying you've come a long way since then, because even the show...
Patronising much?
Well, I mean... You do have a lot to learn. You've already admitted
that. And you've got a lot to learn about manners.
Excuse me, I'm not trying to be...
No, you are. You've got a lot to learn about manners. At least I'm prepared to admit that I'm learning every single day. Well, you've got something to learn about manners.
Okay, if you want to play it that way.
No, I want to play it the way that you can accuse me of something, yet when I accuse you of something, you get all defensive and have a hissy fit.
I'm saying you did say these things.
Okay, I don't remember it. It was years ago. I apologise. I certainly wouldn't say it now.
I've accepted your apology. I'm not even...
Do you know what? I couldn't give a stuff if you accept my apology.
Oh, for God's sake. It's like talking to a brick wall here.
It's like, wait, I know it is. You listen to the thing. You're having a pop at me, right? And that's fine. That's fine. People can follow my pop at me. But when I say that you could perhaps do with some manners, you don't accept that that's even a possibility. Very one-sided criticism, this, isn't it?
I don't think I've been rude to you at all.
I think you have, and I know you don't. And I know you don't. Well, then you definitely got something to learn about manners, because you have been rude.
I haven't been rude to you. All I did, in the comment section, you were talking about Jeffrey Tambor, and I was...
No. I'm not talking about that now. I'm talking about in this phone call, you've been rude and aggressive.
How have I been rude and aggressive? Please.
First, I'll tell you. If you be quiet, I'll tell you. First thing you come on, you pick up that I called you he.
Yes, because you did.
But you said it in an aggressive way. Instead of saying, actually, I'm not a he, I'm a she... you didn't.
No. All I did was explain my gender to you.
No, you said it in an aggressive...
No, all I did. No,
God,
sorry.
You're so rude. Can I finish a sentence, please?
Well, you won't listen to me.
No, I have listened to you. I've listened to you a lot.
You haven't, really.
Go on, then.
Well, all I did, when I came on, I made it very clear. That's all I did, was being affirmative, telling you what my gender is.
No, and I didn't hear that because the fader wasn't up. I asked you to repeat it, so you got aggressive with me.
Okay, if that's how you want to... If that's how you see it.
Here's how I see it. And you don't accept... And I'm being aggressive now because I'm pissed off with you. You don't accept for a second... that you might be in the wrong in this, do you? Because you're never wrong.
I'm not saying I don't get it wrong. I'm saying I'm very assertive and maybe too passionate about this.
Yeah, you're aggressive and you're rude.
I'm not aggressive and rude.
Well, then you're in denial. You're in denial. I've accepted that I've done things wrong, and you can't accept that you've done things wrong.
If I really want to be aggressive and rude, I'd be swearing all over the place.
No, you wouldn't, because you'd be cut off straight away. You can be aggressive and rude without swearing, and that's what you've done so far. So let's start again, right? Okay. So what's the point you'd like to make?
Okay, the point is, you picked up on something I said on YouTube, where all I explained was that trans women are women too. That's all I said.
I said members of the trans community.
Well, you made a distinction between women being abused and Jeffrey Tambor abusing trans women.
No, I didn't. I didn't even say trans women. I didn't even say trans...
Members of the trans community,
What about trans men?
Well, I mean, they're trans men. They're men.
Right, okay. But there is surely the blanket term, and if I've got this wrong, then I'm learning something. The blanket term I have heard and thought was the case was members of the trans community.
No, the members of the trans community, transgender is an umbrella term, it's a catch-all term.
Right, okay. And just to clarify, sorry, you speak for everybody in the trans community?
No, I don't.
Right, exactly. You speak for you. So in your opinion, what I said was wrong.
Trans woman here, and most trans women, well, I mean, they don't like when the issue is abuse against women. It's Me Too. It's the whole Me Too campaign, and the women that were
I don't know the full Jeffrey Tambor story. I didn't know. Will you shut up and listen? God, you are so rude.
I said thank you.
Right. I don't know the full details of the Jeffrey Tambor story. Will you shut up and let me finish? Jesus, you're rude. All I had read... You're a really nasty piece of work, you are.
I'm listening.
You're a nasty piece of work.
Oh, please, just get on with what you want to say.
All I had read was he had abused trans people. Right? That's all I'd read. Right? It didn't specify women. It didn't specify men. Hence me... not specifying women and not specifying men.
Well, in all the news articles, it has been pointed out was trans women. The show is about...
I guess what? In the article that I read, I didn't spot that.
Okay, fair enough. I'll take that on board.
Anything else you want to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's probably a topic for a different day, but...
You're here now. Let's do it.
Well, I was going to ask your opinion on it, but I'm not sure it's probably the right time to, because it's a completely different angle. How do you deal with death threats online?
Jesus, there we go. There's a quantum leap. Well, you report them to the police.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, will they take them seriously?
Yeah, of course they will. If it's a death threat, then they'll take it seriously.
Yeah, well... I mean, I just thought, because I know you've probably dealt with this kind of abuse before, and so I'm kind of like, dealing with an obsessive type person who knows about my gender, and it's pretty much sending me things like, there's people looking for you when we find you, all this kind of stuff.
Well, have you reported it to the police? Have you blocked this person?
Because it's an online abuse, and you feel like, well, it's online, what will they do about it?
Well, they take it really seriously. If someone's making death threats, they take it really seriously.
Okay. Yeah.
How does it make you feel as a person?
How does it make me feel as a person? Well, I'm kind of used to kind of abuse and, idle threats and violence, but I mean, just to get... I don't think I've ever had, like, proper death threats before.
Well, it's horrendous. And no one should have to have death threats because, for whatever reason, whether it's their gender or it's their sexuality or it's their job or it's their hair or whatever it is, no one should have to endure death threats. So what happened? Why can't you just block this person?
I did. Like, it's just a Facebook, anonymous person on Facebook who found me and...
Facebook, huh?
Yeah, basically, I mean, I didn't even block them. They sent me some abusive stuff saying, glad there's a high suicide rate for people like you. And then, before I had a chance to, do anything, to block me. And then I got the same person, like, sending me stuff. And it's obviously the same person because it's the same kind of style. And, it's just kind of...
Well, I mean, the problem with these things is that the police trying to track the person down. That's always the thing.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm speaking over you now.
That's all right. This is a much more reasonable conversation than coming on.
So reasonable.
But take the boxing gloves off. And I apologise for shouting, and I know you won't apologise for being rude because you don't think you were rude. All right, that's fair enough. You were a little bit.
I apologise for my tone if it came.
There we go. And I apologise for shouting at you and telling you to shut up. And I apologise for misgendering you. It wasn't a joke. It wasn't a deliberate thing. I genuinely, I don't know.
Okay, no, I'm kind of.
You're sensitive about it, understandably so.
Yeah.
Of course you are, and I get that, and that's fine. And I apologise if me doing that caused any offence, because listen. I nearly said man there, but I say man to women as well. And I realise that could be construed as a slight dig. But listen, this show is about peace and love. This is about everyone getting on and supporting everybody, and don't try not to take swipes at us when I get things wrong, as I will do, because I'm an old man and I'm trying and I'm learning and I'm reading as much as I can and I'm trying to get the terminology right, but it seems to be changing every day, but still that's no excuse. Just phone up and say, maybe you could have phrased it like this.
Well, I mean, I didn't mean to have a go with you, if I'm completely honest. I didn't mean to have a snipe at you at all. I was just explaining the point.
Then we're cool. But also to bear in mind, I see, like, 2% of the YouTube comments, and I don't often see the comment that went before the comment that I see, because it's not an integral part of the show for me, and I know that it is for a lot of people, and I appreciate the fact that you watch on YouTube and that you contribute, and that's groovy, but I don't read it.
Well, I mean, my I've been on I guess I'm kind of on the defensive for the last few days because of this stuff, and then tonight there was stuff on, on the channels, and there's a big debate, and it turned into just a kind of, a shit, just turned into a just a farce of like abuse being going at trans women, and and then switched on you, and you're talking about trans, the trans thing, pamper, and like I'm still kind of on edge, and I apologise if I.
You can't call it the trans thing. It's not the trans thing. I'm joking. Call it whatever you want. I don't care. But listen, I have, I have respect for men and women who are members of the trans community. I don't know what to say. I've got respect and love, and who knows what's going to happen to my kids? Who knows what's going to happen to Kath's? We just don't know. And it's wonderful that that things are dividing and growing and changing and evolving. I genuinely think it's a great thing, and I'm really sorry on behalf of the human race that some idiot has taken it upon themselves to try and make you feel miserable about who you are. That's not nice, and no one deserves that.
Yeah, well, thank you. I don't really know what to say to that.
Okay. Well,
I just appreciate the thought. So.
Peace and love.
Okay.
Thanks.
Maybe I'll call in another time.
Yeah, do. And thanks for calling in, because I know it's tough to call in when the host is calling you out. So well done. Well done for that.
Okay.
All right. Take care.
Thanks.
Ta-ta. Oh, there we go. That went all around the houses, didn't it? And ended up back at the front door.
Thank goodness.
03444991000. This is Talk Radio.
Jacked up jive talk for janitors, jazz cats, and gin-soaked boys and girls.
Is that Commando?
If you're awake, you're welcome.
I've got 5 cactus needles stuck in my...
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
03444991000 is the telephone number. Let's go to Emily. Good evening, Emily.
Hi, Ian.
Hello, Emily.
How are you?
I'm all right. I'm glad we cleared the air. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling positive. Looking forward to the last 70 minutes of the show. I think it's going to be a corker.
Brilliant.
How are you, Emily?
I'm okay. I'm just really...
I know what this is. I've seen you. You tweet me.
Yeah.
We met her at Lights Out.
Yeah, of course we did. There we go. Of course we met her at Lights Out. I recognise the voice. I always think it's funny when I've had more Twitter interaction with someone, because all I can see is this tiny little picture. I've got your tiny little avatar in my head as you're talking. Oh, it's nice to talk to you again, Emily. Lovely to talk to you. Go on. Sorry, I'll shut up.
No, I'm just really encouraged with you saying about voices on the radio. I find it really hard to get my voice across, and I get really embarrassed about the way I sound, and it's just really... I would never have called into a radio station if it weren't for the voices that I've heard on your programme.
And I know you've been thinking about calling for a while, because you've tweeted for a while that you've been thinking about it.
And we talked about it, didn't we, at Lights Out, and you were saying that you were trying to build up the courage to do so. I'm really pleased you did.
Oh, good for you. Well, this is the thing, Emily, right? I really think everyone should be able to come on and have their say. And I know that that a lot of radio stations and a lot of shows on this, I think we're the only show that doesn't give us stuff. It's partly because we're late night, so if it takes half an hour to work out what someone's saying, we'll spend half an hour doing it. Mm-hmm. People like Jerry, some nights he's better than others, and on really bad nights, if I say, Jerry, I'm not getting it tonight, can you call back tomorrow? He's cool with that. And it just, do you know what I think it partly is? I think maybe it's because of my mum, and because for a long time now, I have been around people that sometimes you do have to go, sorry, can you say that again? You know, there is a little, it is more of an effort for them to communicate verbally. And so I know that some people can get embarrassed or uncomfortable. You know the kind of prejudices people have. And for me, even with my mum on a bad day, on a hot day, which is why I mentioned it to Ollie, I have to go, Mum, I can't work out what you're saying, love. Can you say it again? We joke about it and we laugh about it, and it's sad, but it's cool. So everyone's welcome, Emily, and I'm glad. I bet she better have something really, really good to talk about.
Pressure's on, Emily.
She's been teasing us for months with this. It better be a good one. Come on, Emily, what have you got?
That was it. That was my phone call.
Oh, how disappointing.
You're so horrible.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah.
You said a word. You said that you feel sometimes embarrassed about the way you speak.
Yeah.
That must be really hard, man. That must be really hard.
Yeah, it is, and I sometimes find myself in company where I want to say something, but I just can't strike up the confidences of back-end conversations. And that has to do with being shy as well,
Yeah.
with not just the physical things. But yeah.
I get the shyness thing. I get because I can be in a group of 2 other people, 5 other people, and that thing of I struggle. This is why people sometimes say you are autistic. I'm not. I've checked it out, but I struggle with. I don't know when the right moment to come in and say something is. When the moment to put forward my thing. I don't know when it's supposed to be. I suppose if someone's got to take maybe a bit of a run up to get in, that makes it doubly difficult. I'm sorry you feel embarrassed, Emily. That must be tough to deal with.
Yeah, but I think that's why I like Twitter as well. That I can think about what I've got to say, and then
that's not what Twitter's for. If only everybody on Twitter thought about what they were going to say.
Something I noticed that you said a couple of days ago, Emily, was when you said, when you hear a voice like yours on the radio, it really kind of inspires you.
Yeah.
And that's the point, isn't it? If you can't see it, you can't be it, right? And the same goes for hearing things. I think people feel like you only hear certain kinds of voices on the radio most of the time, and that's what puts people off. And I'm so pleased that you've grasped it, because you're now kind of helping be part of the solution. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, you two. Why don't you, if you love her so much, why don't you marry her?
Well, I think she might be taken.
Oh, right. In that case, you can't. Emily, I'm really pleased that you called in, and hopefully you will have broken the seal now. And
exactly.
We won't be able to get rid of you. It's really nice to hear your voice, Emily. Thank you.
Good. Bye.
Take care.
Hey, Emily, shall I cut you off?
Yeah.
There we go. No special treatment. Oh, we met. Lights Out was this silly thing I did. When was that?
Lights Out Part 1.
Lights Out Part 1.
Don't confuse
it with
Part 2.
It's going to be a whole series of Lights Out, I've decided now. That's the thing. When was that? That was like last summer? No, it must have been...
Yeah, it was. It was last year.
Before I knew I was doing The Jungle. And basically, a load of people, it's not a live news, is it? I've got... good, because I'm not going to hit it. Load of people, including Emily, about 40 people, I think, 30, 35 people came and listened to me playing the radio for an hour in the dark. Although I was still thinking about this the other day, and I'm so annoyed that I didn't cover the illuminated apple on the front of the computer.
Oh, I thought it's because you were in the pay of the man.
No, it annoyed me that. 03444991000. I've invited David Turner to be a mod on the YouTube channel. This could be my biggest internet mistake. Bill, Sharon, stay there. I'll come to you in a bit. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. It's been a hard day's night. I should be sleeping like a log. But when I get home to you, I find the things that you do will make me feel alright. You know I work all day to get you money, to buy you things, and it's worth it just to hear you say you're gonna give me everything. So why I love to come home, 'cause when I get you alone, you know I'll be okay. When I'm home, everything seems to be right. When I'm home, feeling you holding me tight, tight, yeah. It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. It's been a hard day's night. I should be sleeping like a log, but when I get home to you, I find the things that you do will make me feel alright. So why I love to come home, 'cause when I get you alone, you know I'll be okay. When I'm home, everything seems to be right. When I'm home, feeling you holding me tight.
Yeah! Johnny Rivera! Yeah!
Que noche la de aquel día, María, que noche la de aquel día. Que noche la de aquel día,
Oh, I think we're only about halfway through this version. It's longer than I thought.
They do enjoy themselves. Sabor!
María, que noche la de aquel día. Es para ti mi inspiración.
That's enough of that. Sorry, I just want to see let me just try to see how this song works.
When I find myself in times of trouble,
Works brilliantly.
Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be.
This is great.
And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me.
It's like Strictly Come Dancing, isn't it?
Let it be.
Boom, boom.
Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Yeah, let it be. Speaking words of wisdom. Let it be.
Wow.
When the broken-hearted people living in the world agree.
This album is called Tropical Tribute to the Beatles, right? So I'm going to buy this. I'm going to buy this. It's going to be great in the car in this weather. It's going to be no more than £2.49. £173.99. Hi Chihuahua. But then there's a DVD of it. What's on the DVD?
Well, it's like a CD, but it's visual.
Oh, you're a twat.
Speaking words of wisdom, let it be.
Okay, that was great. I enjoyed that. Enjoyed that a lot. Let's go to Sharon, shall we? Good evening, Sharon.
Oh, you're a twat.
Oh, that's me. That's me. That's me.
Wow.
that was me.
Sounded even worse down the radio.
Didn't it? Sounded awful. Shocking. Hello, Sharon. Okay, we'll go to Sharon
come
in a
to
bit.
us in a minute
We'll
when
go
she's...
Let's go. Is that Bill practising his telephone voice?
Iain Lee.
Bill.
Hello, Mr. Lee.
Hello, Mr. Bill.
Hello, Mr. Lee. You're being very generous with your time to your callers tonight. I've been waiting for a long time. I'm not complaining.
Whoa, Catherine, describe where my hand was going.
To the mouse to click you right off.
Yes! Oh!
Anyway.
The fact that you
Ian,
added, I'm not complaining after you'd complained, that just saved you.
Still hovering,
that
though.
Means that means when you've got callers, you've got to listen to everything that they say and don't take anything for granted, yeah?
Pay attention.
Pay attention. Anyway, I previously phoned you because of my mental health issues, and you've asked me to phone you back a few times.
Oh, yeah. How's it going, Bill?
I've been in hospital for quite a long time now. I've been put on different medication and stuff.
Bill, were you the Guinness drinker?
Very much so, yeah.
Okay, right, okay.
You've got a good memory, Ian.
I've got. When someone tells me they drink, was it 90 pints of Guinness a day?
That's about it. Yeah.
Yep. I remember facts like that. So what's happening for you now, man?
If I can just say to you, Ian, that when you have like a prolific alcoholic, which I am, but I'm not drunk talking to you, and you also take very strong medication. Alcohol and medication don't mix. So if I drink alcohol, my medication doesn't work, and that's a big part of my situation at the minute.
Yeah. So what's been happening then?
Oh gosh, where do I start? I can hear myself coming back to you. I'm not on speakerphone. I can hear my voice coming back to me.
Okay, I don't know. You're the only one that's had that problem this evening, and it's certainly.
Yeah. Anyway, I've jotted a few things down because I've got so much to talk to you about. You were talking about Mr. Gaunt before, Mr. John Gaunt.
Okay, well let's. I don't want to dwell. I don't want to dwell on him. So let's move on to the next one, if you don't mind.
Right,
just because
okay,
I will get in trouble tomorrow for that. So let's just move on to the next one. Thank you.
Okay, I believe. Well, I do know that in the past 3 to 4 weeks, I've heard Christo's back on Talk Radio.
Christo is. I don't know if he's back on Talk Radio. He's certainly on Talk
he is.
Radio. Well, I don't know. Yeah, but I don't know if he's back on Talk Radio. I know,
Oh, right. Literally speaking, you
I
mean?
know that he's on Talk Radio.
Yes, it is, yeah.
But I think it may
Yeah,
be his first time on Talk Radio. I think.
Oh, right. Well, I think I've probably heard him about 2 to 3 times up to now. Anyway,
That's
so
enough. That's enough, I think, for Christo. You wouldn't want to
contract or
listen any
something.
more than that. No, he's good. I like Christo. He's a nice guy.
I was going to ask you what you think about him, but
I like him. Although he was once drunk holding my baby, and I'd say, Christo, can I have my baby right now, please? Thanks very much indeed. That happened. But I like Christo. He's a nice lad.
Yeah. Anyway, just moving on a little bit. How are you keeping yourself?
Is that one of the things you jotted down?
Well, I like to be respectful to people.
Oh, thank you very much indeed. I'm fine. I'm enjoying the show tonight.
You're enjoying it. You're being, like I say, you're being very generous with your time to people. I've been waiting a long time, but no complaints. I've got so much to talk about, Ian, but I don't know where to start, and everything's mashing up in my head at the minute.
Okay, well, just you jotted down. So, what's the next note that you've made?
It's the pressure of being on now, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Well, I actually phoned up because you asked me to give you a call back to let you know how I'm going on. That's the main reason why I phoned back.
And you're alive, so you're alive. That's a bonus, and I don't say that lightly.
No, but because I've been put on different medication, it's working, but also I get some side effects, which is called restless legs syndrome. I don't know if you're aware of it.
I do know that. In fact, I've just my legs just going right now as you're talking about it. Yeah, I used to get that on sertraline, the twitchy leg, yeah.
I've not had any sleep now for months, and I'm not exaggerating with months. My physical health is, physically, I feel shattered. I can't sleep. If I go to bed, I can lie in bed for about 1 minute, then I have to get up, and then I'll put my shoes on, put my coat on, I'll go for a walk for an hour, come back, sit down, have a cup of coffee, but then I have to get up again, do something else. If I'm walking, I'm all right.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah, of course you can.
Don't drink coffee.
I drink coffee.
Coffee's a stimulant. How do you manage to fit in coffee with the 90?
Yeah, I do drink coffee, but it's decaf, so there's no caffeine.
Okay.
Was you expecting that reply?
That reply was. I guess it was one of the possible ones, but it was certainly not
the one.
Not the one I was banking on.
No, it's the truthful one. I understand that coffee is a stimulant, and obviously that can react with medications and stuff. But
Catherine,
doesn't excessive alcohol stop you from sleeping?
Excessive alcohol does counteract the medication, which means saying what you've just said, Catherine. Yeah. Unfortunately, because I'm an alcoholic, my doctors told me not to stop drinking because if I do, I will die. Because a quick withdrawal from alcohol can give you seizures and fits.
Yeah.
I'm currently waiting to go into detox and rehab for the second time. I've done it once. I've been sober for 2 years. I'm relapsing at the moment, and that's how the situation is.
You can do it, man. You've done it before. You can do it again. I mean, I'm still scratching my head slightly over the figures, but that's not any concern. That's not my concern. That's your concern, man. You can do it.
Yeah. If you could understand, Ian, somebody that drinks so prolifically like myself, you get a massive tolerance to alcohol.
Yeah, it's physically...
so you drink more and more and more.
And I don't want to make this the thrust of the conversation, but
it
is physically impossible to drink the amount of liquid in a day that you have described.
No, it's not.
It is physically impossible to drink 90 pints of Guinness in a day.
No. I have to respectfully say that what you're saying is incorrect.
Okay. Here's the thing, right? It makes no difference to me whether the 90 pints is true or false. It makes no difference to me whatsoever. Okay, so I personally don't believe it, but that's my problem and not yours. And I just wonder. It's just got me wondering if it's not true. Why?
Right, okay. So when I say 90 pints, I'm talking in total. I'm talking the total amount of alcohol consumption. So I'm talking pints and shorts. So in total, it equals 90 pints. I'm talking about pints and shorts, top shelf job.
A day?
So do you want the units? Do you want the conversion?
No, it would be meaningless to me. So no. Hey, listen, I don't want to call you out for it. If that's what you want to say, then then if that's your truth, then that's your truth, man.
But you still don't believe me.
No, I don't believe you.
The words you're using means you don't believe me.
But Bill, I don't believe you, and you're not going to convince me otherwise unless I sat there and watched you do it, which is something I don't really want to see. So I think we both have to accept. You'll have to accept that I don't believe you, and I'll have to accept that I don't believe you. And that's fine.
I feel that you don't understand the tolerance that the human body can have.
No, and I don't. I think that you don't understand that it's physically impossible to drink 90 pints of liquid in a day.
No, it's not, because I go to the toilet about 10 times per pint, so I wee it out as soon as I drink it.
Okay, that's 1 pint every 16 minutes if you were awake for 24 hours.
Well, I can do 1 pint in every 10 minutes, and I'm not exaggerating it. I'm not picking myself up.
Okay,
I'm telling you as it is, Ian.
No, okay, you're telling. Okay, fine, and I don't believe that, and that's fine. So I respect
you. Don't believe it.
I respect you saying that, and I hope that you will respect me saying that I don't believe it.
Well, I enjoy the controversy. Basically, I'm not ringing you up to be controversial. I'm not just saying what I'm saying to be controversial.
No.
What I'm saying to you is true. Obviously, you don't believe me.
I don't believe you. Here's the thing. In my head, I'm thinking maybe you believe it's true.
No, that's not true. No.
Okay. Anyway, let's not dwell on that, because that's by the by. But so you say you'd been to hospital?
Yeah, I've been in the psychiatric assessment ward for probably about 10 to 12 weeks.
Right.
The doctor put me on different medication, which is my current medication, which I'm on now.
So you were did you say you were in a psychiatric ward for 12 weeks?
Yeah, 12 weeks assessment ward.
How long ago was that?
About 2 months ago.
Right. Okay. And obviously you would have stopped drinking there, wouldn't you?
I wasn't able to drink, but as time went by on the ward, if my conduct was appropriate, they will give me certain leave from the ward. Okay. And then when I got the leave, I went to the pub.
Okay, so how long were you in the ward before they gave you leave?
Probably about 5 to 6 weeks.
Okay, because you said that if you stopped drinking, you would die. And if you were drinking 90 pints a day for an extended period, if you did stop suddenly, you probably would die.
Okay, well, I can assure you that they put me on Librium, which is a massive cocktail of drugs to stop my withdrawals, Ian.
It wouldn't work for if you were on 90. But here's the thing: I don't believe a lot of your story, Bill, and I'm wondering why. I'm wondering why you are saying things that are clearly untrue, and I don't want to.
You don't believe how strong the Librium is. It's stronger than morphine. It's stronger than heroin. Okay. You don't understand, Ian.
Okay, Bill. Okay.
I'm not going to convince you. I know that, but
no.
All I can say to you as it is.
No. Okay. All right, Bill. Well, listen. Thanks for the call.
Thank you, Ian. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you, mate. We'll speak again soon. I don't want to badger the guy on something that, in my opinion, is clearly untrue. But you spotted the inconsistencies and the contradictions in what was being said there, didn't you?
Yeah.
And maybe Bill believes that he does drink that much. Maybe he does. Maybe he does believe that, and that's fine. You know, I've had. Not saying that this is what's happening to Bill, but I've certainly had, in my using days, visual hallucinations and auditory hallucinations, and convinced that things have happened that haven't happened. Convinced that things had happened that hadn't happened. So that's a possibility. Guess we have to look at the possibility that maybe he's telling the truth. That's the one I struggle with. And I find Bill fascinating, and I wish Bill the very best of luck with what's going on there.
I find it really hard to believe that a unit that had dried someone out so radically would allow them privileges that would allow them to go and basically slowly kill themselves
if you were drinking that much, you can't stop suddenly. Even if they gave you, a wonderful cocktail of drugs and put you to sleep for a week, you couldn't stop that quickly, because your body would go into shock. The body will go into shock. Anyway. Sharon, stay there. You'll be next. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Dead of Night Discourse for disco queens.
I'm related to Jed Wood and Dolly Parton.
Dairy farmers and distant fathers.
Yeah, whatever.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
Doing lots of things that we don't know about, we can't control.
On Talk Radio.
Yes, great.
I've just found another one of those Japanese bands playing pop music. Hang on. There we go. Let's find it. Here we go. This will be a good one. It's just one guy, I think. Oh, let's see. Is it?
But it's not Stairway. You won't even listen to it in
No,
Japanese.
No, there is Stairways on here. I won't listen to it. Where is it? Here we go. Ready? This will be a good one. You got it? I just got it there. It's great, isn't it? Oh, it's brilliant. They're taking it so seriously as well, the dude's playing it. Right, one more. These are just too good. Let me find the beginning of this. Hang on. Right, one more. A bit of cello. God knows what she's playing there. It's like she's blowing into a lobster. It's great. This is incredible. Last one, because you'll like this one, Catherine. This one's for you. Let me get the beginning. Right. Where is it? Hang on, I've got to go and find that. There we go. Here we go. Listen to this. This is gonna be stunning. Right, because I've got my kids have got record players in their rooms, and I let them go through like my old records and say not the rare stuff, but the old stuff, and then you play stuff. And for ages, my eldest was playing a Carpenter's album, right? But he took great delight, as kids do, as I did when I was a kid, at playing it at the wrong speed. So he plays it at 45. So now he can sing Rainy Days and Mondays, but like a chipmunk. And he'll do it. He'll sing.
Takes a little bit.
He'll just do it like that.
Takes away from the sadness of it, I suppose.
That's how he knows it. Sharon, you've been waiting for ages. I can only apologise. Nope, okay, we're back there. Right,
We're listening to Sharon, listening to the radio.
I mean, hello, Sharon.
I hope she's not fallen or something.
Sharon! Here we go. We're catching up with ourselves.
Sharon, you've been waiting for ages. I can only apologise. Look, we're back there.
Hey, that's okay.
Well, I feel like...
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Sharon. I feel like we're
hi,
quits
how are
now.
you?
I'm very, very well, Sharon.
What a great show, and what great music as per usual. I mean, Taylor Swift,
Oh, isn't that?
Carpenters and Abbas, that is just quite something special.
Wasn't it a wonderful trilogy? What you got for us, Sharon?
Right, well, I've got 2 questions for you tonight.
Yes. Oh, I love
So-
questions. I'm in.
Yeah. So, well, a bit of advice, actually. Like,
Yeah.
online trolling, how do you deal with that?
How do you do it without getting caught?
How do you
right.
deal with
You
it?
set up a
deal
fake
with it?
account.
Have you watched Ian dealing with it? And I use that in quote marks.
Well, I've only been on Twitter for the last couple of months, and I've seen the abuse that the both of you are getting, and it's just so obnoxious. Now, today, I've been getting it myself.
Oh.
And this little kid has been threatening me, saying that he's took all my data and all these different things. And he's a child, and he's got about 4 accounts going on.
Yeah.
So what do I do? Because he's a kid, do I call the police?
Well,
Or do I just block
hang on a
him?
minute. What data is he claiming to have stolen?
He's claiming that he stole all the data off my phone. He's threatened me on numerous occasions. Now, when I've gone into it, I've looked, and he is 4 different people, and that's just me looking for an hour.
Right. Okay. So how has he got? He's telling you this on Twitter.
Yeah, it's all over Twitter.
Just block
He's been
him.
threatening me all day.
Just block him.
Is that the best way?
Block
Not
him.
call the police or anything?
No. Is he threatening to kill you or sexually molest you or anything?
Oh, gosh, I wish. That leads me on to my next question.
Right. God blimey. Jokes about rape. I love it. Well, here's the thing. He won't have he can't. If he's stolen your data off your phone, why isn't he phoning you up?
No, it's kind of the new way of. You remember when we were kids, and there'd always be one kid who said that his dad was a boxer and he's going to come and sort you out. This is the modern version.
Right, so it's just best to block him then, to do nothing.
Block him. Move on. It's absolute rubbish.
But the abuse you got today, Catherine, about you being, Ian's side piece, you just do what he tells you. It's just disgusting.
Well, I can't really disagree with it though, can I, Sharon? It's quite obvious I haven't got a mind. Oh, I don't care. It's daft. And tell you what really helps. Look at their streams. I looked at that guy's stream and I felt sorry for him because he's a knob. So it didn't bother me at all.
Sorry for this kid, but at first it really scared me because he was saying he's from Anonymous and he's got all my data and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my God, what is going on?
I tell you what, do you know how to take screen grabs on your phone?
Yeah.
Right, so take screen grabs, block him. Take screen grabs just in case there's anything in it. There won't. I'm 99% sure there isn't anything in it. But then you've got the. He's just. Don't engage him. Don't. If you converse with him online,
He'll love it.
That's what they want.
Tell you what will infuriate him more if you can stand it. If it'll stop you from looking, mute him because then he's just shouting into the void.
Yeah.
And he thinks... Oh, I didn't even know how to do that. I'll look at that.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, do that, and that people don't know you've blocked them, but you're just ignoring them.
Next question is, I haven't been dating for 4 years. Any advice?
Yeah, condoms. Condoms are totally in vogue now. There's
everyone
AIDS
is totally hairless.
Yeah, everyone's bald down there.
I lived in California for 7 years. I've been hairless forever.
Wow. Well, I'm going hairless tomorrow, I'm thinking.
Are you going to send us photos?
That's another thing that you need to look out for.
Sharon, if you want me to, certainly.
I'd love you to.
Well, I tell you what, my young lad was telling me today that he's hacked into loads of women's phones and he's got all of their details, and that he's telling them on Twitter. So I'll have a word with him, and I will send you. I will not be sending any dick pics to anybody, guys. That's one thing. That's one thing I don't get. Is hey, here's a picture of my penis. I hope it turns you on.
Women do it too.
The pictures of their penises?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, of their, all their regions. Why not just send flowers? Why not just send flowers?
Because it's the most beautiful flower in the world.
Well, it isn't though, is it? It's like a plum on a stick.
Oh, brilliant. Anyway, it was lovely talking to you guys. I love the show.
Ta-ta.
You keep me going.
Yeah, thank you, Sharon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And you shave downstairs. We've listened.
Sheeran.
We've listened to nearly all of these Japanese covers,
Oh,
unfortunately.
no.
Here's another one. There's only a couple left. This is a classic. Have you got it yet? You got it, Sam?
No. I should have known it. He was my very favourite before I realised I was barking up the wrongest tree ever.
I love this song. Living La Vida Loca.
Oh, what a beautiful man.
Black cats and voodoo dolls. I think there's only one more that we've not heard that we might know. There we go. This is probably the last one. This is probably got to jump forward to the video bit, which is going to be... where is the beginning of the video? Is that it? Where is it? Hang on a minute. I've got to find the... You got to find the beginning. Oh, maybe this one doesn't have the clear-cut beginning that the others do. So let's see if it's about there. So this is mainly played on the koto. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is it.
Oh.
It sounds like the original. I don't like the drum and bassy stuff.
Oh.
No, I don't like that.
I was just...
Oh, okay. That's how these videos start. I'm skipping in a little bit. I like the woman that goes, yo!
It sounds like a tango.
Etc., etc. They're fun, man. Let's go to Jules. Good evening, Jules.
Hi there. Oh, that's so funny.
It's great. They're great, aren't they? I absolutely love those. Wonderful stuff. Anyway, yes.
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 I want to ask you how to be assertive without being rude, because you seem to manage it.
Well, no, I don't. I'm quite often rude. I've realised I'm quite often rude. To whom do you need to assert yourself?
Everyone.
Oh. Why? Oh, no, you're not assertive at all?
No, not at all. But I was listening to you earlier on, and I thought, you sound so assertive, but you seem to do it without being rude to people.
Well,
Sorry. My inner monologue just seeped out.
What, do you mean to push it back in again?
Oh, thanks. Inappropriate.
Yeah, that was inappropriate. You're belittling me in front of Jules, one of my top 5 callers.
Oh, no, is it?
Yes.
Gosh.
Is it? Yes. Oh God, I don't know, because I hate myself and I have low self-esteem and I struggle. Here's the thing: in this studio, this is my workspace, you know, and I feel I am supremely confident in a radio studio when it's my show, or mine and Kath's show. When I'm a guest on other people's shows, that confidence goes, because I'm not. But when I'm sat in the driving seat,
Right.
or it's me and someone that I'm good friends with, like Kath. Then it's easy to be confident on here, because this is the job and this is what I thrive. These are the 3 hours of the day I look forward to and I thrive at. And I know, without sounding arrogant, without wanting to sound arrogant, I know that I'm good at this. In real life, Jules, I suck at it.
No, you don't. I think...
Sorry?
No, I think
That's
that...
disrespectful.
Seriously, I've noticed you deal with a lot of... I mean, admittedly, situations do seem to happen to you more than anyone else I know, but you tend to deal with them in a really charming way.
Sorry, I was looking at...
Exactly, so he's never rude, Jules.
Yeah, I was looking at buying an album on Amazon.
No, but you do tend to, diffuse things with a decent amount of charm.
I was rude today in Santander.
Oh, were you? And when you asked that man why he was, excuse me, sir, why are you driving like a prick yesterday?
Oh, there was a driver, and he kind of pulled in front of me, Jules. Right, it was a lovely day. I was in such good spirits yesterday. And this driver sort of pulled in front of me, and I beeped him, and he pulled up next to me, driver to driver, and he's like, "What? Were you beeping me?" And I wound down the window and I said, "Excuse me, sir. I just wondered why you were driving like such a massive prick." He said what?
But he's like leaning on his chin. He's leaning his chin on his fist.
Kath's in the car behind me.
I thought they were in a chat.
She thought we were having a little chat.
Each other.
And I said, "Yeah, sorry. I just had to ask, why are you driving like such a massive prick?" And he started saying something, and so then I did. This is a great trick to do. I started going, "I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Pardon? Pardon?" And he kept saying that, and I could, of course I could hear him. I said, "I'm really sorry, I can't hear you." And he just said, "Oh, F off!" and drove off. So that's how I do it, Jules. Does that answer her question?
No, not really.
I don't know. What's going on? Maybe put me to one side. So what's going on for you, Jules? Why do you feel the need to ask this question?
Well, I suppose, well, not making much sense, am I? But, no, that's fine.
Has anything happened?
Yeah, I'm just feeling a bit anxious. And yeah, that's it really.
And so something's happened that you're not keen to talk about, which is fine, of course. You don't have to talk. You don't have to go into detail if you don't want to. But I'm assuming that this is someone that you're going to have you'll be seeing again at some point.
Absolutely, yes.
Right. Okay. It's tough, isn't it? No, I tell you what. I tell you what. There was someone we used to work with at the BBC. And I was quite intimidated by him, but I also found his lack of commitment to the show we were doing, and his disrespect for myself and Catherine, who was producing it. I found it really, really rude, and so I called him out on it, and I said, "We need to talk about this. I don't want to talk about it." He said, "We need to talk about this because it's ruining my show. If it wasn't infecting the show." And
yeah, it's one of those things that really soured the atmosphere.
Yeah.
You know, when someone walks in and all of a sudden you feel like you can't. You can't relax around them anymore.
And we had it out. And the thing I learned, right, and this is a phrase, it's by a woman called Brené Brown, who's kind of like, she's an American, I'm going to say self-help guru, but that totally demeans what she actually does. But that's the kind of the shorthand, right? She's an author and gives talks about confidence and self-esteem and things like that. And a therapist I used to have gave me this, he wrote it down for me, and I had it in my wallet for ages so I could remember it. Choose discomfort over resentment. And what choose discomfort over resentment is, if Paul Ross, someone I don't know that well, doesn't quite work with Kath or Sam, but Paul Ross, someone I don't know quite that well, right? As we were, and Paul's a really lovely man, but if as we were leaving the studio, Paul Ross, he's out there, he's flicking the V's at me. But if as we were leaving, he said, "I thought your show tonight was rubbish. I thought the way you handled those calls was really bad."
Oh, I wonder what Paul's going to say.
No, of course he is. He's a tosser. But I would walk out, and me in the past, Jules, would walk out and go, "Oh my God, Paul has said that. Why has he said that?" And I'd text Kath the next game. Paul said this, and it's really knocked me for six.
Totally understand.
And I would carry it around for days and weeks, and it would magnify my low self-esteem, and it would turn into a resentment. You know, where every time Paul's name was mentioned, "Oh, that bloke's an idiot," or every time I saw him, I wouldn't be able to look. You know, that kind of thing. And what choose discomfort over resentment means is, you instead of enduring weeks, months, years of resentment to someone, have like 15, 20, 30 minutes of intense discomfort, but then it's gone. And so what I would now do is I would say to Paul, I'd send him an email or say, "Paul, any chance that we could meet for 15 minutes and have a chat?" And then I would sit him down and say, "Look, the thing you said to me the other day, maybe it was a joke, I don't know, but I feel I have to say, stop it!" He's going, "No, it's not a joke."
Yeah, but no, it's all right.
I know he's doing it. Paul's worried about. I would say, "Oh, it works." And I would say, "Look, it may have been a joke. Maybe you meant it. I just have to tell you how it made me feel. It's made me feel very uncomfortable. I'm not very confident anyway. And what you said has had a negative impact. And I just want you to know that. And what it is that works." That works. That resentment. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what? Sometimes, if you're the person on the other end of it, you can feel the tension too. And sometimes it's kind of a relief to just say it out loud.
Jules, trust me.
Right.
Honestly, it works because I've done it. I've done it loads of times, and it's not some hippy dippy bullshine. It's not some Californian. Hey, man. It works, and the first time, and it's horrible. That moment of sitting down with someone who dislikes you, belittles you, whatever, and saying, "Look, I just have to say that the way you spoke to me, the way you treat me, that thing you wrote about me, really upset me. It knocked my confidence, and I'd really like it if you didn't act like that again." Now, 9 times out of 10, the person will go, "Oh shit! I'm really sorry. I didn't know."
Can I interrupt?
Of course you can.
Ian?
Yeah.
Does that show a vulnerability which would then make them even stronger? If you see what I'm saying?
No, it wouldn't make them stronger. It only makes them stronger if you allow it to make them stronger.
Okay, right.
It only you're taking power back. You're handing to them the shame, the hatred, the bullying, whatever it is. You're handing back, saying, "You gave this to me, and I don't want it. It's yours."
It's about what do they call it? Keeping your side of the street clear.
Yeah, and also if the person might say it, and the person might laugh at you, right?
That's on them.
That's then totally their thing. That is then their thing. You've said how you've stood up for yourself in a non-confrontational way. You've said how their behaviour makes you feel, and maybe you've asked them, you've expressed a preference that you would like them not to do that again. How they then choose to respond to that is totally on them. They laugh at you, it shows up who they are. Most times people go, "Oh, I'm really sorry, I didn't think." And that's great. That's a great resolution. But if they just go, "Oh, get stuffed, you idiot," you snow, well, then that's their thing. That's their thing. But you've stood up for yourself.
It happened to me once. There was this woman who was making me feel really uncomfortable.
Right.
And I said to her, "Right, this situation's not going to change, but we're both kind of stuck in the same social circle for however long it may be." I said, "We don't need to be like this. Can we have a conversation?" And I went to her house, and I don't think I even got a cup of tea, because in retrospect, she knew exactly what she was going to say to me. And I said to her, "Listen, I don't know what this vibe is, but I don't think we need to feel this way, and what's going on?" And she just said, "I really hate you." Yeah, I really hate you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just wish you weren't a nice person. Does that make sense to you? I mean, that's a horrible thing.
I believe that most people care. You know, when you say, "Why am I the only person that cares?" I think most people do care what other people think of them.
Do you really? Yeah.
But when she said, "I really hate you," I went, "Well, there's nothing I can do about that." And but at the same time, I thought, well, I tried. And that's on her.
Yeah. It's tough though. It's a tough thing to do. It's a really tough thing to do.
Yeah.
But it works.
Okay. Well,
that wasn't the quick, easy Band-Aid solution that you wanted, was it?
Not really, but thanks again. So
I'm really sorry we couldn't give you, but let that thought percolate in your head, and maybe one day.
Maybe there's a bit of it you could use.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hang in there, Jules. You are loved, and you are precious, priceless, and valuable, and you are stronger than you think.
Oh, bless you. Thank you for that.
And also, you very politely steered the conversation the way you wanted it to go. So I think you're more assertive than you realise.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you did, because he went, "Well, if I can just interrupt." Beautifully done.
Oh, bless you.
You
I
can do
love
it.
your programme. So,
Thank you, Jules. Take care.
Okay,
Ta-ta.
lots of love.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Always a slight sense of disappointment when we've not quite got the hit the bullseye.
Difficult, though, when you don't know the specifics.
When we've not quite hit the bullseye. Chris, stay there. Come to the bit. This is Talk Radio.
The late night alternative with that man, Iain Lee. There's no strangers here, just friends you haven't stalked on Facebook yet.
Have never sent my picture to anyone who didn't request it.
The late night alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Let's go to Chris. Good evening, Chris.
Good evening, guys. How are you?
Good, thank you, Chris. What have you got for us?
Well, if I may, I need to kind of tell a bit of a backstory before I get around to the main point.
Oh, prequel. Origins, I like it, yes.
As a child and into my teens, my parents were quite religious, so I went to church and the associated youth groups within the church. And in my early teens, I guess, early to mid-teens, I was in one of the youth groups at church, and a guy who had recently joined, about my age, we realised that he was a compulsive liar. Now, fast forward 20-odd years, I come out of work at 12:15 in the morning, turn on the car and talk radio's on in the car, and there's a guy talking on the radio who has a similar accent to me, and I immediately thought, wow, that really sounds like William from when I was younger.
Wow.
And then a little bit later in the call, you addressed him as Bill, and I'm like, oh. It really caused my jaw to drop.
Wow. Now, obviously, listen, we have to take you at face value. You could be, a hoaxer, of course. No disrespect, but we've got no way of checking this. But let's assume that you're telling the truth for a moment. Gosh, that's incredible, isn't it?
It really is. I genuinely thought that really sounds like William from the.
And you've not seen him for 20 years.
Not seen or heard from him. I'm not even thought about the guy.
Isn't that funny?
But then when I heard. His voice didn't particularly resemble him, but I mean, it's 20 years ago, so
yeah,
it could have completely changed. But yeah, one of the times he came into the youth group with a bloodied nose and claimed that he'd been mugged in the graveyard of the church, and then 3 minutes later, one of the other members of the group came in and said, "Is Will all right?" Because I just saw him headbutt the side of the church.
Flipping heck, man! So how old were you then? This group?
Maybe 14, 15, I guess.
Okay. Because I put Bill... did we get Bill's age? I put Bill as a bit older than that. I don't know why I think Bill's in his 50s. Again, if he's told us that, we don't know. Maybe that's not true.
I mean, if he's drinking 90 pints today, it might be 35 and just sound 50.
Just sound 50, I know. So what? Because I don't... So what was kind of the vibe then in these groups with this person who was obviously... not telling the truth?
We didn't assert ourselves like you would advise the last caller to do. Jules, I think that was. But yeah, we would just kind of.
You took the piss.
We didn't.
And I'm not saying that as a judgmental thing. You were 14 years old. That's probably what I would have done as a 14-year-old.
We did, but not overtly. It was kind of subtle, like piss taking.
Yeah, and I'm not, Chris. I'm not in any way judging you for doing it. So please don't think I'm not calling you out for it. I know what 14-year-old boys are like, whether they be religious or not. It's what we do. Unfortunately,
we tried to appear as tolerant as possible.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it got to the stage where it was blatantly lies, and so then it started kind of descending into farce, really. So, yeah. He got ribbed a little bit for it.
Don't give away too much, but sort of roughly what area was this?
Yorkshire.
Okay, all right, fine. Well, we can remind me next time we speak to Bill, and maybe we'll ask him because I find it very hard to stomach what Bill was being said, but I don't want to come out and say, "Hey, you're lying," because I don't know.
Yeah.
Chris,
I get you.
Thank you for that. I really appreciate the call.
Yeah, no worries. It was just, quite a weird experience to think that and then have you say the name Bill.
Yeah,
and just,
I bet it was. I can imagine. Thank you, mate. I really appreciate that.
No worries, guys. You have a great show.
Thank you, Chris. Cheers. Ta-ta. Isn't it?
Might not be the same guy.
Might not be the same guy. I just don't know. It's been a good show tonight. Good evening, Gavin.
Hello, Ian.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very well, Gavin.
Hello, Kath. How are you?
Equally good. And what about you, Gavin?
I'm just after having a car crash.
Sorry?
I'm just after having a car crash.
You're just after having a car crash. What good? You've just had a car crash?
Yes, Ian, I have.
How are you feeling? Because that's always a shock to the system.
I had to walk from where the crash happened to get to the nearest payphone because I didn't take my mobile phone with me.
Oh, mate. How are you physically? You right?
I think everything's kind of in the right place. Yes, I reckon. Yeah, I think I'm all right, but my head's just completely gone.
So what happened? What happened?
I was driving back after getting some petrol for my car, and somebody smashed into the driver's side of me and knocked me off the road.
Bloody hell, man.
And I had to walk, maybe 3 miles back to get back to my house.
Did the driver stop?
Mate, I honestly don't know. All I remember was going back into the car and getting the CD of the album that I was listening to and then walking back. Mate, yeah, so...
So hang on a minute. Obviously, how long ago did this happen?
The collision must have been about 3 hours ago.
Okay, so you're in shock.
I don't like it, man. Whatever it is,
No, it's shock. It's shock. And do you know what might happen soon? Is you might just suddenly burst into tears.
Oh, I've already done that.
Yeah,
I've
beautiful.
done that twice.
All right, beautiful. That's good. Well, that's good because
I didn't like it. I was like really like holding on, crying.
Yeah,
you know,
no, that's
like
good.
Holding
That's
on,
good.
Panicky crying.
That's it. That's the shock coming out. That's a good thing, man. That's the shock coming out. I promise you.
But Ian, I feel out of control. Everything's wrong. I don't know what to do.
May I make a suggestion?
Yes, please.
Go to A&E. Get a cab.
I can't because my car's wrecked.
Yes, you can. You can get a cab.
I can't. I haven't got any money.
Well, then you
So I can't.
Okay.
All I'm doing is sitting here shaking and smoking roll-ups. Man.
Okay. You didn't speak to the other driver. You don't know what.
No, because once the crash happened, all I remember is it was a black Range Rover with a really shouty woman in a bright top.
Right. This is what you need to do. You need to phone the police up. You need to phone the police now.
Okay.
You need to phone the police, and you need to report the accident. Because your car's going to get found, and they might worry that someone's been thrown out of the car, or that there's, you need to phone them and tell them where the car is, what the car is, and say, I'm home, and I'm alive. So, they might be looking for someone who staggered off into a field and died.
Yeah, I'm with you. Okay.
Right, so you need to do that.
I'm with you.
You need to say what you've told me, that your memory of it is a little bit hazy. You don't know if you spoke to the other driver.
No, I certainly didn't speak to the other driver because the other driver just drove off.
Okay, well then you need to report that to the police, and you need to report it now while it's as fresh in your memory as it can be. And you need to find out what they say. I suggest they're probably going to tell you you're going to have to get your car towed away. Don't even worry about that for the moment. Gavin, I've got to go, mate.
All right. Honestly, Ian, thanks a lot, man. You're the only person I could have called.
Bless you, I appreciate that. Go and phone the police now. Put the phone down to me and phone the police now, right?
All right. Lots of love, Ian.
Take care, man. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Gavin.
Wow.
Oh, flipping heck.
Mate, he's not in a good way. We've only got 15 seconds left. Wow. The show was a slow starter, but boy, oh boy, it was a great one. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Sam. Paul Ross will be up next. We'll be back tonight at 10. Till then, from us, thank you very much for listening.